Hello students, welcome to the online classes of Sri Mahavir International School, Rainbow. So today I am going to start the new topic, that is role of profit in the business. So what is business? Business is an economic activity, you all know very well. So earning profit is the main objective of every business. Yes, we all know very well that human objectives and social objectives are also part of the business, but earning profit is the main objective of every business. Although earning profit cannot be the only or sole objective of a business, but it is a very important objective of every business. A businessman earns profit for various reasons. First is survival. A business and businessman cannot survive for a long time without earning adequate profit. Adequate profit means sufficient profit. So profit is a source of income for a businessman which becomes his means of livelihood. Profit is needed to satisfy the needs of the businessman and his family member. So किसी भी बिजनेस में सर्वाइव करने के लिए एक प्रॉफिट होना बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है. सर्वाइव करना ताकि वो एक समाज में सर्वाइव कर जाए, एक अपने कंपटीशन, एक किसी भी बिजनेस का दूसरे बिजनेस का कंपटीशन है तो वो उस कंपटीशन को कंप्लीट करके अपने आगे बढ़ता रहे. सेकेंड पॉइंट इज एक्सपेंशन एंड ग्रोथ. सो व्हाट इज एक्सपेंशन एंड ग्रोथ? Expansion means the act or process of expanding, and growth means an increase in size, number, value and strength. So the business is expanded only when it is earning sufficient amount of profit. When profit is large, a part of it can always be reinvested for expansion or diversification of production and other operations of the business. So profit is an internal source of funds. The internal source of fund is more dependable and a cheaper source as compared to external source. External source are bank, financial institutions, etc. Because when business borrows from external sources, it has to mortgage its assets and pay high rate of interest. Whereas on retained profit, there is no interest and company can easily use it for expansion and growth projects. आप किसी भी बाहर के इंस्टीट्यूशन से या इंस्टीट्यूट से आप पैसा लेते हैं तो वहाँ से आपको इंटरेस्ट पे करना होता है. आज आप पर्सनल लोन ले रहे हैं या आप मोर्गेज लोन ले रहे हैं तो वहाँ पे आपको एक इंटरेस्ट अमाउंट भी पे करना होता है. सो थर्ड इज सिंबल ऑफ एफिशिएंसी और एन इंडेक्स ऑफ परफॉर्मेंस. सो प्रॉफिट इंडिकेट्स वेदर ए बिजनेस इज बीइंग मैनेज्ड एफिशिएंटली और नॉट. Profit acts as an index of performance of those who manage the business. Higher profits indicate the efficiency of management and lower profits indicates inefficiency of management. Efficiency means कि आप कम कोस्ट पे अच्छा वर्क कर रहे हैं, अच्छा प्रॉफिट अर्न कर रहे हैं, और आपका जो लोअर प्रॉफिट है वो क्या इंडिकेट करता है कि आप के जो बिजनेस में वर्कर्स है या आपका जो बिजनेस आप रन कर रहे हो या फिर उसका जो मैनेजमेंट है वो इनएफिशिएंट है, वो एफिशिएंटली वर्क नहीं कर रहा है. तो द सक्सेस ऑफ ए बिजनेस कैन बी जज्ड बाय इट्स एबिलिटी टू अर्न प्रॉफिट. नाउ फोर्थ इज रिवार्ड फॉर बियरिंग द रिस्क. प्रॉफिट इज कंसिडर्ड एज ए प्राइस ऑफ रिवार्ड पेड टू ए बिजनेसमैन फॉर बियरिंग द रिस्क. मोर रिस्क, मोर प्रॉफिट. बिजनेसमैन इन्वेस्ट्स money in the business only with the hope of earning profit. The desire to earn profit motivates the businessman to bear the uncertainties and unexpected risk. Again, I repeat, the desire to earn profit motivates the businessman to bear the uncertainties and unexpected risk. Profit and risk are directly related to each other. More risk and more profit. The higher the risk, the more is the profit, and lower the risk, less is the profit. Okay, now fifth is helps to gain reputation or goodwill. A profit earning company always has a better reputation in the market as compared to companies which are running in loss. You all know very well कि कोई भी अच्छी कंपनी मार्केट में अच्छे से सर्वाइवल कर जाती है वो अच्छा प्रोडक्ट अपना बनाती है, अच्छा प्रोडक्ट सेल करती है, तो उसकी एक अलग रेपुटेशन होती है, उसका जो गुडविल होता है वो अलग होता है. तो द रेट ऑफ अर्निंग प्रॉफिट हेल्प्स इन क्रिएटिंग ए गुडविल ऑफ द कंपनी इन द मार्केट. द मार्केट प्राइसेस of shares increases with the increase in profit. The companies with high rate of profit are able to raise loans and obtain credit more easily. Even efficient employees prefer to work in profit earning companies as these are able to offer higher wages and salary. So, what is the reasons? Survival, expansion and growth, symbol of efficiency or index of performance, reward for bearing the risk, helps to gain reputation or goodwill, overall business survival, leads to recovery of development costs, expansion and growth. So question is, profit is not an objective but a requirement of business. Do you agree with this statement? Support your answer with reasons. So yes, I agree with this statement that profit is not an objective but a requirement of a business. A business must earn profit because of the following reasons. First is survival, expansion and growth, symbol of efficiency, reward for risk bearing, improves goodwill. So next topic is classification of business activities. So business activities can be classified on various bases. The common basis of classification is on the basis of function. So classification on the basis of function. All business activities can be classified into two broad categories. These are, first is industry and second is commerce. So what is industry and what is commerce? So look, industry refers to an activity which converts raw material into useful products. And what is commerce? Commerce refers to all those activities which help directly or indirectly in the distribution of goods to the ultimate consumer. So first is industry, that is divided into three parts. First, primary industry, second is secondary industry, and third is tertiary industry. So first is primary industry is also divided into two parts, that is extractive industry and second is genetic industry. And now secondary industry is also divided into two parts. First is manufacturing industries and second is construction industries. And tertiary industry is divided into five parts. So transport, tertiary industry or service industry, like that is transport, banking, communication, insurance, advertising. So now industry, meanings and types. Industry refers to an activity which converts raw material into useful products. Industry includes activities related to production and processing as well as activities related to rearing and reproduction of animals or other living species. The purpose of industry is to create from utility by converting raw material into useful forms or finished products. And the term industry is also used to refer a group of firms producing similar or related goods. For example, textile industries refers to all the production units related to cloth manufacturing. Cement industry refers to all the firms manufacturing cement. Industry may produce consumer goods or capital goods. Goods such as bread, butter, cloth, radio, etc. are consumer goods. These goods are directly used by the consumer. Goods such as machinery, cement, etc. are called capital goods. Goods such as machinery, cement and etc. are called capital goods as these used further in the production process to make useful products. Industry can be classified into two broad categories. First is primary, second is secondary and third is tertiary industry. So primary industry is also divided into two parts. So first is extractive. So primary industry includes all those industries which are concerned with extraction of natural resources and reproduction of living things. These industries can further be classified into two categories. First is extractive industries. Extractive industries are those which involve extraction of something from natural resources. Please underline this. Extractive industries are those which involve extraction of something from natural resources such as minerals from earth, fish from rivers, seas, timber from forests, etc. The products of extractive industry can be directly used or become the raw material for other industries. Yeah, we can say these include these industries extract or draw out products from natural resources. Extractive industries supply some basic raw material that are mostly products of that are geographical or natural environment. Products of these industries are usually transformed into many other useful goods by manufacturing industries. Important extractive industries include farming, mining, hunting and fishing operations. Okay. Now, genetic industry. What is genetic industry? The industries involved in the activities of rearing and breeding of living organisms, that is birds, plants, animals, etc. are known as genetic industry. For example, rearing of cattle for milk, dairy farms, poultry farms, rearing of plants in nursery, growing fish in ponds, etc. are included in genetic industry. Or we can say these industries remain engaged in breeding plants and animals for their use in further reproduction. For the breeding of plants, the seeds of nursery companies are typical examples of genetic industry. In addition, activities of cattle breeding farms, poultry farms, etc. Now, secondary industry. The secondary industry makes use of products which are extracted and produced by primary industry as their raw material and produce finished products. For example, mining of iron ore is done in primary industry, but still manufacturing is done in secondary industry. Okay. These are concerned with using the material which have already been extracted at the primary stage. These industries process such materials to produce goods for final consumption or for further processing by other industrial units. For example, mining of an iron ore is a primary industry. For example, mining of an iron is a primary industry, but manufacturing of steel by way of further processing of raw iron is a secondary industry. So, secondary industries may be further divided into two parts. Manufacturing industry. Look, manufacturing industry and construction industry. So, what is manufacturing industries? These industries are engaged in the process of conversion of raw material or semi-finished goods into finished goods. Underline this. These industries are engaged in the process of conversion of raw material or semi-finished goods into finished goods. These industries create from utility by changing the form of raw material into finished products. For example, timber is converted into furniture, iron into steel and cotton into cloth. Okay. We can say these industries are engaged in processing of raw material and the creating from utilities. They bring out diverse finished products that we consume or use through the conversion of raw material or partly finished material in their manufacturing operations. So, manufacturing industries may be further divided into 5 categories. Okay. So, manufacturing industry produce two types of goods. First is manufacturing industries produce two types of goods. For consumer goods, the goods which can be directly consumed by the consumer are known as consumer goods. These goods are used for day-to-day consumption, for example, cloth, oil, soap, bread. Second is industrial goods. The goods which are produced for manufacturing consumer goods are known as industrial goods like machinery, equipment, tools, etc., which are required to manufacture consumer goods. Now, that is divided, manufacturing industry may be further divided into 4 categories on the basis of method of operation for production. So, consumer goods or industrial goods are 2 type of goods. Now, manufacturing industry may be further divided into 4 categories on the basis of method of operation for production. So, first is analytical industries. In analytical industries, the basic raw material is broken into different parts to produce finished products. For example, oil is processed and many finished products such as petroleum, diesel, kerosene oil, gasoline, etc. are manufactured. Synthetic industry. In synthetic industry, 2 or more materials are mixed to manufacture some new product. For example, various chemicals are mixed to produce soap, paints, cosmetics, etc. And third is processing industry. Processing industry. In processing industry, the raw material is processed through various stages of production and then finished goods are manufactured. For example, textile industry, iron and steel industry, sugar industries, etc. Now, last one is assembly industry. So, what is assembly industries? In assembly industry, the various finished products are combined to produce a new finished products. For example, manufacturing of computers, televisions, watches, automobiles, cars, and etc. So, we can say analytical industry which analyzes and separates different elements from the same material, as in the case of oil refinery. Synthetical industry which combines various ingredients into a new product, as in case of cement. Processing industry which involves successive stages for manufacturing finished products, as in the case of sugar, paper. Assembling industry which assembles different components parts to make a new product, as in the case of television, car and computer, etc. Now, construction industry. What is construction industry? These industries are concerned with the construction of buildings, dams, roads, etc. नाम से ही पता चल रहा है यहाँ पे कंस्ट्रक्शन इंडस्ट्री का. These industries are concerned with the construction of building, dams, roads. These industries use the products of manufacturing industries such as cement, iron, steel, lime, etc. The unique feature of these industries is that their products cannot be transferred or shifted to the market. They are constructed and remain at the fixed site only. These industries are, or we can say these industries are involved in the construction of buildings, dams, bridges, roads, as well as tunnels and many more. Engineering and culture skills are an important part in the construction industries. So, now last one is tertiary industries. So, look this chart: primary industry, secondary industry, tertiary industry, genetic industry, extractive industry. Okay, so genetic industry is breeding of cattle or birds, dairy farming, nursery, extracting, mining, fishing. Manufacturing industries, secondary industry divided into 2 parts, that is first is manufacturing and second is construction industry. So, manufacturing industry divided into 4 parts: analytical, synthetic, assembly and processing. And now last is construction industry: road construction, dam, bridges, tunnels. And now last is tertiary industry. So, tertiary industry is concerned with providing services which facilitate a smooth flow of goods and services. This industry helps in the activities of the primary and secondary industry. In other words, this industry provides services which support the activities of primary and secondary industry. That is why it is also known as service industry. Also known as service industry. The various types of services provided by tertiary industry. or we can say these are concerned with providing support services to primary and secondary industries as well as activities relating to trade. These industries provide services as business activities. They may be considered part of commerce because as auxiliaries to trade, these activities assist trade. Included in the category are transport, banking, insurance, warehousing, communication, packaging and advertising. So these various types of services provided by tertiary industry. First is transport. It facilitates movement of goods from one place to another place. Its work on national and international level both. Transport. Banking provides credit facilities to industries and many more facilities to industries and trading firms. Insurance provides coverage from various types of risk like warehouse provides storage places for goods produced by primary and secondary industries ताकि आपका goods जो है ख़राब ना हो. एडवर्टाइजिंग प्रोवाइड्स इन्फॉर्मेशन टू कंज्यूमर. आपके जो प्रोडक्ट आपने बनाया वो कंज्यूमर तक पहुंचाना कि क्या है, कैसे यूज़ करना है, क्या इसके यूजेस है. सो नाउ नेक्स्ट टॉपिक इज कॉमर्स. वी विल डिस्कस in next video. Have a nice day to all. Thank you.